Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers and welcome back to Mercury Farms. Yes, we are selling our silage. I've been at it for a while and it's a good time to do it because if you can hear and see, it's raining. Yeah. So when I started this process, I think we were at like $110,000. A couple days have passed. Sometimes I sped up time just a little bit too fast and wasn't paying no attention. And you know when you play at 120 times the speed, man, time flies. So it's been a couple days, and we are up to $440,000. I'm still selling silage in the first bay, not counting the trailer here. So I got about $200,000 left in this bay or bunker. I got $90,000 in the trailer, and I probably got like $50,000 over there. We're still selling. So yeah, I've been selling right through the night. I'm not sleeping or anything like that. Just going ahead, keep selling silage. I did get the Case Puma over into our field behind our barns, the only field that needed to be weeded, and yeah, I set him off on a worker just weeding, and of course like an idiot I just kept keeping at 120 times the speed, and he got about halfway done before the weeds hit stage 2. So I went over there, which is fine because I had herbicide still in the sprayer, so that was last time I'm going to use it. Great demand at Garden Center. All right. Is it for something that we're going to have eventually when we get to harvesting? Corn. Oh, yeah, corn. Corn. We got corn. So it looks like we might be doing corn today when the rain stops. It should stop. It's been raining, actually. Well, it's been more than 12 hours. I know that. It was raining last evening before it got dark. And, well, so it gets dark at, what, 7:30 at night? We're now past 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's still raining. But usually when I see the other icon appear in the forecast, it's usually like another 4 hours. So I would assume somewhere around 10 or 11 o'clock, it should stop raining. So I'm going to just run at 120 times the speed here. So I'm just going to keep on selling silage until the rain stops. Well, right now I'm going to need this trailer. So yeah, if I'm emptying it when the rain stops, I got to empty out this trailer. So I'll just keep selling silage. This will probably actually be my last trailer. It'd be the smart thing to do. And we'll probably meet down in the tree field, because that's where the corn is, since that's where the great demand is. And yeah, we'll go ahead and sell some corn. I did also check on the chickens. I haven't checked on the sheep yet. Moving some pallets around. Heavy lift mod, thank you very much. I didn't want to use the Case Puma and a forklift and pallet forks and all that kind of stuff. I just thought, you know what? Well, let's go ahead and pick them up by hand and move the pallets. We're getting quite a good amount of eggs. Like I said, I haven't checked on the sheep yet, but I think we had plenty of pallets free, and it's only been a few days. Why is this rain like not stopping, man? I mean, is it going to rain all day today? I mean, the forecast says clouds. I'll just leave that there. I mean, if I go into the evening hours, then I'm not gonna bother. And so if I go up here, it's kind of weird. It seemed like this coop, I emptied all the eggs at the same time, and yeah, I got like an empty pallet. We'll call that somewhat empty. So I got like 2.5 pallets that are empty. This coop over here, I had to move them all out. I was down to this last pallet, so I had like a half a pallet left. So these chickens were producing eggs faster than these chickens, it seems like, which makes no sense because the coops are exactly the same. And the rain has, well, the forecast says it stops. It's going to take a little bit for it to stop. Cleanliness, not next to godliness here today. It's been a couple days. Food-wise, they're all doing fine. The cows, water, straw, Total Mix rations. Yeah, I don't have... Well, I do have silage. I could come over here and get Total Mix rations, but I need them to keep producing milk. So I am keeping my eye on some prices, but I don't want to sell the milk. Well, that's a lot of slurry now again. Oh, man. I want to keep my prices on my eye on the prices. Wow, words. I mean, I'll sell it if the price is good, but usually the products are the last thing I want to do. The eggs have been pretty much sticking around here. The wool, I don't care about. The milk, I will. If he gets around $1,500 per, and that's pretty much it. Other than, of course, we got a lot of soybeans. The prices dropped, so since there's a great demand for corn, what speed am I? Oh, whoa, slow down speed here. You know what? I'll leave it at times 1 because I forgot I was on times 120, and now we're at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'll leave it at times 1 for now. So today, I think we're going to do a corn harvest. That's what we're calling for, and I need to stay in here because I need to go grab my truck now. The T8 can stay up here. The T8's up here because he had to bring the belt on over. So I got about 3 more loads of silage to sell. I won't do that today. I got a couple more. Like I said, I don't know if this will be the last week of Mercury Farms or not. Depends on how we go in the next couple days here. Yeah, right now all I have planned for today right now, because I'm kind of do it as the prices are pretty much going to show us the way. And right now it's corn. Great demand, $500, five something for corn. So yeah, corn first. We'll say the crops are dry enough. So the good news that I have already is when we go back to the Pacific Northwest this week, it looks like I'll have enough cash to buy that lower field on the western side of the river. I think that was like $460,000. And since we're already at 446 and we're on day 1, we should have no problem taking that money with us. And after I do that, the rest of the money from Mercury Farms, I think will stay right here until we sell it all off. And then we'll just go ahead and pay off the loan when we get back to the Pacific Northwest. Well, not pay off the loan, but pay off part of the loan, I should say. So the way we're going to do this is, and I explained a couple times, but in case you haven't seen all the episodes, which, why not? But yeah, we're just going to harvest all the crops, and then I'll save the game and then sell everything that we own and see how much the farm is worth. I mean, I got to sell the sheds, all the equipment, the land, all that stuff, the animals even. Everything must go. But it's not really, I'm not selling it because someone is actually buying the farm. I just got to see what the farm is valued at. And that's the only way I'm going to know how much it's valued at, because I don't think there's a mod or anything that lets us know how much a farm is valued at. Alright, let's get corny. I'm hoping I didn't advance time too fast to where the great demand will be over. If it is, it is. If it's not, then fine. But usually great demands last for about 8 to 12 hours, I think, somewhere in that area, give or take. So here's this famous tree. That's why we were calling this a tree field. When I merged the fields way back when, I thought it'd be great with just leave the tree there for funsies, and that tree hasn't bothered me that much. I think it's been kind of nice just to, when I say the tree field, you guys know which field I'm talking about. Actually, we're getting a pretty good yield of corn off here. Usually corn doesn't yield the greatest. So all of our fields are ready except for the field right behind us that we just seeded last week before we left. Sunflowers. I was like, well, what did I put? I don't remember what I put in that field. I should know because I was just in there with the Case Puma weeding it myself. Sunflowers, yes. You can't go wrong with sunflowers. At least on this map. Now, remember, we're playing on hard economy, so the prices are going to be not the greatest, but they are what they are. I don't think I'm even going to get back around to the truck, am I? It's going to be close. And the garden center just around the corner. Also, after I sell all the silage at the BGA, I then need to take my tanker and start selling some digestate. Now, I could be full of digestate, because if I remember correctly, now I don't know if the map settings are different here, but usually I think for every 2 liters of silage you sell, you get 1 liter of digestate. So that tank holds 800,000 liters, and I'm selling 1.5 million liters of silage. It could be full already. I don't know why in FS19 the only way you can see how much you have in your holding tank is to put a tanker under it or something that can collect digestate. Some maps on the market page will show you, like I think on the Pacific Northwest we have a storage, and it shows us how much is in there. I need to keep track on my combine because lately I get so concentrated in doing commentary, I'm not paying attention to my fill level. Am I going to get... Nope. Alright, let's do this. Instead of trying to drive the truck in here, how about we just go right over the fence? Does that sound like a plan, Stan? That will work. Yeah, so... what was I talking about? I have no idea. Digestate, that's all I can remember. So, yeah. We'll leave it at that, whatever I said about the digestate. Other than I think the Pacific Northwest does have it on the market page for storage and stuff. Here at Mercury Farms, it doesn't show. And is that going to be far enough over? I think so. Perfect. So great demand still going for corn. It is. So I'll leave it at 1 times the speed. Yeah, so all of our fields, if we go here and here, so ready for harvest, ready for harvest, ready for harvest, ready for harvest, and ready for harvest, harvesting, and yeah, tomorrow it'll be ready. Grass fields are ready for harvest, obviously, but I'm not too worried about them. So yeah, I'm probably going to come up here with a tanker after this episode and start taking some digestate out of here. It's not, you know, it's not the greatest amount, but I mean, you sell 70,000 liters per tank. It will add up. Is this engine on or off? It's on. Turn it off. But it seems like at the rate these episodes are going to go, I'm going to say this is not going to be the last week at Mercury Farms, just because we have a lot of fields to harvest. Well, I say a lot of fields. It's going to take a lot of time to harvest these fields. And then, of course, the job comes of, you know, selling eggs, wool, milk for the animals, all the equipment. Yeah, it's going to take a while. But I think, like on Ravenport, I kind of just did it off cam after I started selling stuff. It's like, okay, time to sell the vehicles and everything. I just did like a quick jump cut for you, but it took me forever to sell everything because I bring everything either to the store or to the repair where you can repair it and sell it, because you get 20% more for the vehicle. Yeah, I think it's 20% more for the vehicle if you bring it. I mean, if you just go into your, if I hit P now and then went to my garage and sold it just that way, I won't get as much money as if I were to bring it to a workshop or to the vehicle station. And I'm really hoping I get $10 million from this farm. So when we go back to the Pacific Northwest, when this, you know, when Mercury Farms is over, paying off $10 million, one, is going to be, it's just going to make, when midnight comes, that much more bearable. And it's also going to, you know, paying off $50 million is going to take a long time. I kind of learned that with Hawke's Bay, trying to pay off a $20 million loan, and I think I reached episode 30 in Hawke's Bay, which, if you are following that series, Hawke's Bay may come back. I know right now on Sundays I'm putting out Miss Survival videos. I'm having a blast playing that again, by the way. If you don't know what it's about, it's like a survival series with Infected. Check it out if you haven't already. But yeah, so Hawke's Bay, I mean, since we're kind of doing that now in the Pacific Northwest, just trying to do it on Hawke's Bay. Yeah, and plus I do have some issues with, but keep this in mind, the Hawke's Bay map I'm playing on is version 1, and I do believe he fixed most of the problems. So if you are watching that series, you see like my seed rolls or whatever miss spots on the field with workers and such. Yeah, because it's kind of killy and bumpy, and they hit implements are hitting the ground on one side because it's so hilly and bumpy, and I think it's lifting the implements off the ground, or it doesn't register, and it gets real messy there. But yeah, since we're kind of doing it on the Pacific Northwest, and it's kind of good for me to take a break from doing farm sim videos every day. That one day of Sunday of doing like Miss Survival, or in the future other kind of videos. It's a break for me, and it keeps me kind of refreshed, if you will. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out how much corn we're going to get off this field. It's going to be pretty good. So obviously the harvest cycles we're going to have, obviously today we're doing corn. We have soybean, canola, no, excuse me, soybean, sunflowers, sugar beet, and I really don't remember what that small field has where our house used to be. It's got a crop in it. That's what I remember. I'm going to say wheat. I've been kind of putting wheat in there to kind of keep the chickens fed. So that's what I'm going to go with. It's wheat. As we come to the end of harvesting this field, I'm starting to get that weird feeling in me, knowing that this is the last time I'm going to harvest this field. And I'm going to get that weird feeling every time I harvest a field, like this is the last time, this is the last time. And it's starting to get that sad moment in you when you realize, well, yeah, this map is, we'll be leaving here soon. But also, I also have that feeling in me of the excitement of a new map coming and starting Let's Play and running over your crops because you're not paying attention. Talking about commentary. But yes, you know, starting with seasons and all that stuff. Yeah, it's just kind of a weird feeling. Also, when I was harvesting and I'm looking off in the distance, I see that mist. It makes me think of mist survival. I keep thinking, when's the infected going to start coming around the corner? When's the music going to change? There is no music. There is no infected. At least I hope not. So our trailer, yeah, we're not going to fill it up. So we're probably going to get somewhere around, I don't know, 35, 40,000. Somewhere in there for this this corn today. As we're almost done. And I got thinking, since I've skipped a few days, the one, you know, I kept an eye on my animals. One thing I have not kept my eye on is my greenhouse and orchard. So yeah, I will have to head over there and take care of that very soon. The only thing that sucks about that right now is the belt is over at the BGA. So I'm probably going to have to bring the Case Puma up there and put the shovel on and load up the trailer that way. I do have a trailer loaded with some manure into it. So I should be able to have enough to do half of the greenhouses if they're empty, which I assume they're going to be, because I have no idea what state I left them in other than they were functioning when we left, but my guess is they're probably empty at this point. Alright, so I should be done with this corn sunflower header. But like I said, I'm not going to sell anything. We're just selling crops and stuff. I won't sell any of the equipment or whatever until that's the last thing we'll do, just to get a value of the farm. And the guy that's purchasing, or should I say, the family that's purchasing the farm is getting all the equipment and the land and the sheds and everything. They get it all. It'll be just to be determined. That's all I can say, because I don't know how much this is worth. Alright, let's hop into the truck. And just running, time to head to the garden center. Do I have corn in stock? That's the question. I need to be checking that so I don't have to make extra trips. 0. Alright, and the best price still is at the garden center. Yes, it is. And then I'll drop the trailer off. I'll have to take the truck up and grab some water and water the greenhouses. As long as I put water in the greenhouses, they'll be fine. But I won't get double the amount. Yeah, I never even got a chance to work on around the house even more. It was fun putting that house down and putting like a little pond out front. I was going to work on it a little bit more, just never got around to it. Too busy harvesting fields and whatnot. I think I need to dedicate more time to doing other things, and I get so focused on just farming and flopping fields over. I need to take extra time and work on other things on a map other than just farming once in a while. Alright, here we are at the garden center. This is a... I'm having a brain fart here. This is the garden center, right? Just to make sure. Alright. So 67,000 liters, so... yeah, we should get maybe even $42,000 to $45,000 for this load. Am I close in saying that? 36. 535. Alright, so my math is terrible there. Yeah, I wasn't even close. Not even close. Yeah, what do I know? 30. Seems like I should have been higher than that. I mean, not a great deal higher than that, but it seemed like I should have been just a little bit higher than that. Anywho, one field down, and obviously more to go. And I still haven't checked to see where that field is, where the house used to be. But that's not my concern right now, because to end this off here, we're going to go up to the animal farm. I think I'm just going to plop the trailer right here. Sunflowers looking good, so yeah, the next in-game day, and actually it should be next video, because I'm not going to harvest anything else today, I don't think. But we'll have the option of either doing sunflowers. Actually, I will need that header because I got sunflowers. Wow. I can't think straight. Yeah, so we got sunflowers. We'll have soybean, sugar beet, and in this field we have, well, okay, I do have canola. Okay. Which is actually kind of good. That means I have no straw to pick up and sell. But I do have lots of straw. I need to come over here, and I just realized I don't have the case Puma or anything ready. But look, if the greenhouses are fine, then maybe I'll start next episode by doing that, being a little bit more prepared. And my guess is, yeah, they are all empty. And my guess is I don't have water in here either. Don't worry, ladies. You'll have a new owner soon, and he'll be taking care of you just probably a little better than I have the last couple of days. Yeah, no water. So what? Give me just a moment, because it's going to take a while for this guy to fill up, obviously. So he'll fill up. I'll get the case Puma up here. He's going to need to be loading up manure, so I need to get everything all straightened out here. Well, since we're here and we have the shovel in hand, let's clean out the animals so they produce this a little bit better. They'll go from 90% to 100%. How much total mixed fractions do I have? Actually, 41,000 liters is quite a bit for the few days that we have left here. Probably that water tanker's still filling up, but you can see on the case, well, you didn't see the case Puma before, but I had the narrow tires on it. And I always go for the wider wheels with the wheel weights. Every tractor I do is going to get that. And every time I do this chicken coop over here, I can never pick up that little piece right there. There it goes. Now the only thing that's kind of good about doing the silage, I'm doing the, speed at 120, and that we're skipping, well, I'm not skipping days, but advancing time as fast as I am, that's allowing the chickens to create more eggs, the cows to create more milk. Yeah, they're all set. Alright, what side are you tipped? Should be the left side. I think that's where you leave it, and it is. So this should take care of 2 greenhouses. Now, it didn't really need to pull up to the greenhouses because if you look inside the greenhouses, you can see all the crops they look brown or dead, if you will. So we are losing just a little bit of free cash here. So by the time I get these manure pits filled up on the greenhouses, our tanker should be full of water. And this is usually when the great demand comes. But if I need to, I can always go to the garden center and sell water, because Alien Jim thinks of everything that you can sell. I think I never haven't done it yet, but I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, I gotta sell it at the greenhouses at the garden center. I think that's where you do it. Alright, give me all your manure. Well, not all of it. And yep, this is why I usually put the wheel weight on, but I didn't do it this time yet. And I'm stupid. I mean, we already know I'm stupid, but I don't know where the wheel... I think the weight is going to be... Alright, come on. We've done this before. If you just do it slowly. Alright, did I leave the wheel weight over here? Is it behind door number 1? Is it here? Oh, it's right there. Okay, it is here. Good. Trying to actually think how I did it with the Deuce Fire, the Aggro Star, that little guy. Alright, now if I lift this up, that weight does help out, but you can see the tractor still kind of wants to tip forward a little bit, but it doesn't. That's what you get for putting a universal bucket on there that can... And I don't have even the biggest amount of liters that that bucket can hold. I think that bucket, if I were to buy it in the shop, I think I can max out at 15,000 liters. Okay. Bucket lower, please. Lower still, huh? Oh, yeah, it wasn't even close to the ground. Oh, wow. I definitely want... Oh, yeah, I don't want to get manure... Yeah, Just throwing it everywhere. Kind of like to say, you throw enough of it at the wall, some of it's going to stick. Yeah, well, I'm throwing it on the ground and it's sticking everywhere. Well, it's probably not full, but it's pretty darn close, so it's going to be good enough. And this is why I chose this wheel weight. I don't know if all wheel weights are this, but I can hook up the trailer to... I keep saying wheel weight. It's just a weight. Yeah, you can stick it. You can stick it. You can hitch it up to the weight in the back of the tractor. Man, that was just a whole bad paragraph right there. Alright, can I do this correctly? Yeah, so I was about maybe 800 liters short of a full trailer, so the next greenhouse is going to be just a little bit short on the manure. But it's going to have to deal with it. Oh yeah, I pretty much always forget about the rabbit pens. I think those rabbit pens should require some water and some grain as well. But no, I think I paid like $10,000 to put them down, and I think I don't know. It's ridiculous. Those rabbit pens are OP. Not extreme OP, but they're OP. Actually, yeah, you can stay right there. Well, it's not quite milk, but, you know, it will do. And once we do this, we should see the... Of course, the trigger for here is kind of weird. There it goes. Alright, so that looks like cabbage in that one. No more capacity for water. Alright. What is in here? Is this pumpkins? Well, one might be lettuce, one's cabbage. I think. Alright, and don't run into the post either way. Alright, we're out of there. tomatoes. Is that tomatoes? Tomatoes, whatever you like to say it. Is this pumpkins? Or melons? Well, they look like pumpkins to me, so that's what we're going to call it. So let's head on up to the orchard and see how those are doing. I'll give them water, and off camera I'll take care of the manure. But yeah, we're going to head up here and just top it off with some water. The orchards don't make us that much money. They haven't been up here that long. I probably haven't made, or just, you know, if I have made enough to pay them off, it's just barely. I forgot how many days. Yeah, I don't need to go this way, but I did. Yeah, so, yeah, I think I said it was going to take like 20 days to pay back on the orchards. We do have one on the Pacific Northwest, and I said, well, we're going to be here for a while, so that will pay for itself in the long run, and then give us a little bit extra cash, and plus, it allows us to do just something different. These still have manure in them, so these have been fine. Well, fine-ish. No more capacity for water. Yeah, so these didn't run out. Alright, so that's all the water they needed. Turn this guy around here. Yeah, so what I'll be doing from between this episode and next episode, I'm going to sell off some digestate, because I got a funny feeling we're stocked, pretty full. And the only way to tell is to bring a trailer up there that can accept digestate and see how much you're actually holding. But I will sell some. I sell that at the garden center. And I'll take care of the manure at the orchards that we're just at, although it's not a dire need for that. And I'll probably sell the rest of the silage as well. And then the next morning we shall see what prices we have of the crops that we do, you know, we can harvest. And we'll see what the best prices are and go from there. I mean, I don't want to look now because it's kind of stupid because, but I mean, soybean $7.29, sunflower, that's not too bad, but we know it can get better. Canola, actually I got 58,000 liters of sunflower. I keep forgetting about that. Okay, yeah, I got oats to sell as well. Yeah, I got to keep an eye on the prices of stock that I do have. Are the chickens going to need food before we leave? Oh, they might. So that'll be like the last thing to sell. I mean, wheat is not the most profitable thing. But other things I need to keep my eye on, obviously, are the eggs and the milk. The wool, not so much. Oh, yeah, speaking of wool, I probably should keep an eye on that. Let's come down here. How are you all? I shouldn't say they're all ladies, but how are you guys doing? Alright, so not bad. I got about a pallet and a half-ish left to go before I get a message, and I should have 2 pallets out here. Close the door. Yeah, so we should be all set there. And our sunflower field, yeah, by tomorrow that should be all set to go. So slowly but surely we're selling up what we have. The silage is just about gone. The corn is now gone. Yeah, so right now, nearing supper time, I skip lunch. I think I'll just go home, grab a little bit to eat, and work through the night like I have been again. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you next time on Mercury Farms. But until then, have a good one. Dang it, the door's locked. Where's my key?